Well, guess what day this is? It is Feminine Fridays, everyone. I'm Laura Rubinstein here with the awesome Diane Halfman. Hi, Diane.
Hi, Laura. Welcome to the weekend. Here we are. So beautiful.
Once again, yes, and we are in Southern California. It's a beautiful time of year here. It's just we are so blessed, and the the spring has sprung, and we're not quite into summer, and it's really fun. So we have a very special feminine power card today that every Friday we pick a card from the feminine power deck, this cute little deck that I put together years ago. And we talk about it and we let you into our discussion. We want you to join us in our discussion, actually. If you have anything to share, please do so. And comments, questions, we love them. So the card that I picked also coincides with the week that this is for me personally. I was featured. I have a book that I'm a co-author of. It's called Voices of the 21st Century, Powerful, Passionate Women Who Make a Difference. And I wrote a chapter in it, which was from one of the topics of these cards. And that's the card I picked today. Imagine that. And really, it wasn't planned. I mean, I could have planned it, but it's just so fortuitous that it landed on this week. And the card is When Women Gather, the World Changes. When women gather, the world changes. And somebody asked me, did I want to write that? When women gather, they change the world. No, that's not it's just the mere force of us gathering is powerful in and of itself, is the message. And I tell a story in the chapter about a day in my life, and part of that day I spent with you, Diane, actually. So it was magical. It talked about how just our gathering changed the world in a ripple effect. And you don't even know about this, right? You didn't know I wrote this. You didn't even know that the world changed because we met, but you did at one level, right?
I love this. I love it.
It's magical. It's a magical time to gather, even
I
if
love
it's
it so
virtually.
much. Yeah, it's like there's so many different ways that we can connect, and I think this is what makes it so powerful for us to connect here. Is that even though we can be in the same city, we're in different areas, and everyone is wherever they are. Just having it's so important to find that sense of connection, no matter where you're at, and to actually make that happen. I think that's one of the beautiful and empowering things of women. Of when we do get together, things happen. Like great things happen.
Yeah. Your mood can shift in an instant just by connecting with another woman. In fact, I didn't read the practice. So the pink side is the principle, the blue side is the practice. So on this blue side, it says, reach out to your like-minded women friends, because you never know what's going to emerge for you. So if you're open to things shifting, just because you're present, and even present with another woman, things shift. It's like almost too easy.
I love that so much. A lot of times I talk about who is your 2 a.m. person. Like, who is it that you could call at 2 a.m. no matter what's going on? Who are your lifeline people? And I think it's so important now, especially when there's people who have been in their home and feel isolated and really haven't had some of maybe their normal channels, who those people are. I mean, I have over the last couple of months had times where I've had to, pick up that bat phone or that Wonder Woman phone and just call some of my friends and be like, I'm losing it right now. Like, I just need somebody who I can trust and have a safe space to help me get through whatever emotional wave or whatever, frustration or thing that's happening, and just feel amazingly better getting off the phone because I have that in my life. And so I would love to know, for the people who are listening here, do you have that in your life? And that would be something to look at, is, that can help you get through anything, is the people you surround yourself with.
Yeah. And by the way, if you need people, I mean, we're here to offer you support. I've got the feminine power cards. I do hypnosis. I know you coach a lot of women as well. We are your extended community. So if you'd like to reach out to us, you can. We're doing these live streams every Friday. Please come back to Feminine Power Cards, either on our website or to the the Facebook page or to our YouTube channel and connect with us. We want to connect with you. We want you to feel empowered. We want you to feel like you're not alone in the world, because you're not. Your energy matters. Um, right now we're in roller coaster emotion time, and we're all in a sense of grieving time. Some of us feel loss of freedom. Some of us feel loss of the things we used to do. Some people have a lot of loss in their life in general, for people that are passing or have passed for a variety of reasons. And the notion here is that you're not alone, and you need to know your life and your energy matters. And you don't even know who you matter to a lot of times, because like I said in the chapter that I wrote in Voices of the 21st Century, Diane, you didn't even know how much you meant to me that day. Yeah,
Oh,
on that day, I had a lot going on in my personal life, and your energy in my life gave me the strength to go on in a situation that was very stressful for me. And I didn't need to tell you about it. I didn't need to tell, and we were together with a couple of women, and I didn't need to tell anybody about it, because I knew just by being in your nurturing energy, it was healing. It was a healing presence for me. And then I was able to be a healing presence for the rest of the day for other people. So it just did that, like I said, that ripple effect, kind of like the image that surrounds us. You don't know. Your energy is rippling out and makes a difference in the world.
yeah, absolutely. And, thank you for sharing that, because I think sometimes we don't realize the impact that we actually have on other people. And so, just being a positive light in what's happening in the world. I mean, we all have trying times through this. I mean, trust me, that's just part of it, right? But to know that we can reach out and just be with someone else and be that lifeline for someone else is such an important thing. And so I think that'd be actually a fun thing for people to share, is to maybe reach out, even if it's just a text, to someone who maybe they don't know, that you've actually, just them being there. Maybe they didn't say anything, but just knowing that has actually made a difference in your life. I think people would really love to receive that kind of text or
Mhm.
that kind of phone call, to really just to boost that person. Because I mean, sometimes it feels like we're putting out into the world, putting out in the world, and we have no idea if it's like landing on anyone. And so get some of that feedback back, allows you to be like, yeah, you're making a difference. You're helping people, right? We all want to
Exactly.
know that we're making a difference that way. So I think
Yeah.
it's important to share it.
And I'll give a shout out to Christy. Christy Johnson says, hello, hello, giving you hearts and love back. Thank you so much for being here. Yeah. And you know what? A lot of times I don't even have to reach out. I can just write a list of who are the people I care about, who are the people that I know care about me. And that's enough. And then sometimes I have my cheerleader list. You call it your 2 a.m. list. I call it my cheerleader list. I'll call up somebody and say, I'm not feeling really good about myself. Can you tell me I'm wonderful? Can you tell
Nice.
me, even though I don't believe it right now, right? I need to hear it from an outside voice. And then it's like, oh, yeah, of course, and I can do that. And they know they can do that with me too. And sometimes we don't even need to talk about what we're thinking about or feeling about. We just need to shift that energy. And that's what I needed. I needed a cheerleader at that time. I needed someone who would remind me that my energy makes a difference, because it does. It really does. The energy that you are as a being is impacting someone in a good way. It makes a difference. You contributed to somebody's life somewhere along the line, and they remember that, and that's important to know. And even though it's kind of related to when women gather, the world changes, because I knowing you are there for me. I knowing that Christy, you're thinking this and just saying hello to me added so much juice to me. It's like, oh my God, yes, it's Christy, great. So, and that I see people liking this and hearting this, and Serene and Michelle, always there, Shirley, always there, reminding me of our powerful energy that we just connect with a like, a heart, a love, I like to say, go have a love fest out on social media if you're feeling a little disconnected. Because there's a lot of negative going on out there. Just go have a love fest. Add some positive. Go tell someone they're awesome. Put up a positive quote. Share an image of a flower in your yard or in their neighborhood. Something fun, positive. Say something about something you just read or watched that is positive, because again, that's about taking our energy and using it for good out there in the world.
Yes, I love that so much. I mean, there's so many things that people can scroll through and feel depressed about and really bring them down. So I feel like for every negative thing that comes in, you need to throw in like 2 to 3 to 10 more positive things to combat that, to really add some more balance back into your life. And so, really start targeting what are the things that you can read? What are the things who are the people that are out there leading with some positivity? I know that's one of the tensions that Laura and I have, is we want to be a bright light in your day to kick off your weekend, to have, like, to give yourself that extra boost, to just have that energy to be like, yeah, I do make a difference in this world. Like, you could be having the worst day ever, and our hope and inspiration for you is that all of a sudden, by just being here and being like, yes, we need your light, we need you to be here, we need what you have to offer, that unique thing in the world. Do that, be that. And so we're inviting you to do that with us. And this virtual gathering, it actually does affect somebody else. And sometimes in our own mind, we kind of feel like, well, it's not that big a deal. Like, maybe I'm not really impacting people. You are. And even though someone may never share it with you, like I maybe would have never heard about this with Laura, and now with her writing this, she's going to touch millions of other women with her story, with this happening. It's important that we know that we're getting out there, whether it's just to one person or to millions. Every connection counts.
It does, and, you can hide the negative things off your feed and tell Facebook that you don't love it, in fact, and then put more positive out there. We need more positive, and, I also wanna take the pressure off here too, because a lot of people think, "Oh, I should be doing more and adding my light." No, 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 this is not a should, this is not, you just are, just by the nature of being here. If you want to add more light to the world, great. If you need more light, go find things like this to watch, not as a should. Fact, if you're feeling down and you just wanna feel down, that's okay. Just know you're not alone, and there's no pressure here. There's, like, just brace yourself. Brace the emotions. Your emotions are your soul's way of communicating with you, and
Right.
that's the gift of the feminine, in my opinion, and that when we take it as a communication, function more than "Oh, I feel bad that something's wrong with me." No, it's like, "Okay, I'm feeling this. What does this mean?" Get curious about it, as we've talked about before, that we can get such richness, and that when we come together and we can witness each other and just be there as our authentic selves, that shifts something in the world. It means that we're honoring ourselves. Wow, what if everybody honored themselves in a way of like, "I'm not a bad person, I'm actually adding light." The world will change.
Yeah, I love that. Well, Laura, I have like a little secret I'm going to share here with everyone out here, is that, there's a part of me, because I want to come across as being polished and have the best information out and really serve in a big way. For me, it's pushed up against my edge when we do this every week, because I never know exactly where I'm going to be. Like right now, I was just sharing with Laura, I'm like on the side of the road in a parking lot with the light. You can see my lighting kind of going in and out, and it's not a perfect setting or any of those things, but I think it's even that much more important to just, it's about the message, right? And it's about being out there. And I think that when we can show kind of the messiness of just doing it anyway, and it's going to be perfect to land with someone else the way it is, I think that is also something we can really look at, that it doesn't have to look a certain way. It doesn't have to be polished. It's just what Laura had talked about just showing up and just being who you are is enough. And we don't hear that enough. We feel like, oh, if it's not all of these things, right, then, why bother? Well,
Mm,
instead, when you just take a step forward and you just do it anyway, it's like, I hear in my own mind, I'm like, oh my God, there's shadows and there's I hear all these things happening, right? But it doesn't matter, because the most important thing is that I'm present with you here today, and that we are here having these kind of conversations, and that we get out of our own head. We've talked about, your mind can be a bad neighborhood, not to go in there alone, right? And so when we speak these things, there can be a sense, I'm sure there's at least one other person out there that's going, oh my God, I feel that sometimes too.
yes,
Right. And so when we share those kind of things, we can be more like true to ourselves and really just drop all of those shoulds and just be.
just be. Just be. if you need to pick me up also, these women in this book, Voices of the 21st Century, Powerful, Passionate Women That Make a Difference, is really inspiring. I will just read the one quote from the back, which is, "A passion-fueled woman with a commitment to make a difference is an unstoppable force for good on this planet." And this is 40 extraordinary women just like yourself who've come together just to share, be a little bit more authentic, be a little more vulnerable to share their story and their wisdom of inspiration. So it is on Amazon right now on an ebook, 99 cents today. So
You should
we already got.
put the link in our comments.
I will. We already got the bestseller status on it, so we're good. But we'd love to keep that going. And first of all, I just really want to empower people um, to have this book. Oh, by the way, each story is 3 pages long, so they're snackable. I like to say, you can read one and get transformed in like a matter of however long it takes you to read 3 pages, 5, 10 minutes, right? So it's a great thing, and you can also buy it for a friend. You can deliver it to a friend's electronic device easily. So that's really fun. I will put the link in right now into our area there and look that in. And if you have love you want to share, anything you love for connecting yourself to other women, to your feminine energy, to positivity, please add that too. We love that. We are resource sharers, shall we say. All open to that. So definitely get your copy and be a force for good on the planet here. We all need each other. We're put on this planet with other people. I think we're here to do some good with each other. So
Nice.
yeah, I love it, and I love that we are talking about the gathering of women. We do that virtually a lot through our channels here and through Zoom and through FaceTime. And I'm loving this period of time actually because I'm connecting more with women than I ever have before because I'm not scattered. I'm really focused on relationships now. I don't know about you, but relationship seems really key in my life right now because that's the one constant. That's the one thing that no matter what stays, stays and sustains and can deepen and it can change, but I, can reach out to those relationships. And I'm talking to my friends a lot more. I'm talking to some other people who have reached out to me, and I've reached out to them just because and I've been talking to my clients. I do marketing consulting, and this is like the best time to go like prospecting because you can reach out in a caring way, right? And tell people that they matter to you, even if you're not going to do business. But you never know, business might happen. So you gather with your other women friends and colleagues and or prospects, stuff happens.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been experiencing the same thing. Some of my clients that I used to do work in person were doing like virtual retreats and virtual half days. And just, there's so many different ways to be creative and get out there. And so I think that's a good thing to focus on this weekend is that, if you're feeling isolated or alone, who can you virtually gather with? Who can you connect with? Who can you ping that you can just kind of throw out a line and connect with someone because you may be the only person they connect with that day, and you have no idea that type of ripple effect that you can have on someone else. And as Laura said, you can definitely connect with us. We're happy to be part of that connection, but I promise you your cheerleaders are wider than you think, and just putting it out there.
Yep. So have a wonderful weekend, everyone. Thank you, Diane, for your energy in the world. And we're here for you. We'll be back next Friday for you, where we've got lots of past recordings you can join us for. Go be a light in the world. We need you more than ever. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And mwah.
Mwah. Thank you, Laura. Congratulations on the book.
Oh, thanks, Diane. Bye for now, everyone.
Bye, everyone.